What? We're just here sitting with our mugs, keeping our hands warm.
It might be the end of 2025.
I remember I got one email. Are we able to order them before Christmas? I said, of course.
We may have talked about this for months. You may have thought it would have never happened, neither did I, to be honest.
So careful.
But 𝒋𝒐𝒍𝒍 has managed to do the undoable. We might be sinkless, but we are not mugless.
Sinkless?
Yeah, for the tech group. Anyway, doesn't matter. But the grand reveal of the mugs that 𝒋𝒐𝒍𝒍 designed for you guys. Da, 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 da. I'm going to insert a photo so we don't have to come and ruin the whole camera setup. But this is the 2025 unstable mug.
And they drink really nicely. We were thinking at one point maybe it would be nice to make a real crazy design with like a horse tail and stuff, but then it was going to be 2027. So
that was, yeah, a little bit too ambitious, but...
Should we go through the process? So it's been a bit of a process to find the right fit. I wanted to do first 2 mugs, that it's like today I'm unstable and today I'm stable. But for now we only went with the unstable, because that's a bit, yeah.
And I think this kind of really encapsulates a little bit us and the podcast and this feeling on here. And there's a nice detail because the mug that 𝒋𝒐𝒍𝒍 is holding has 2 little French bulldogs on them. Which
Not just 2 French bulldogs.
Maisie and Penny.
And the U is a bit like this, if you can't see it.
So I think we will do a couple of more little designs in the future, but this is the first one from 𝒋𝒐𝒍𝒍's.
And actually it's been online. And we haven't promoted it, but some of you have already been ordering. So
yeah, some of these internet sleuths. Because I was even looking up, like, because all of these are going to be for sale. Okay, oh, actually, wait, let me say one thing. We don't have like a huge amount of them. We've got a decent amount. So the first batch is not like a crazy amount of units. So once it is sold out, it is sold out. We will get them in again at some point. I'm not exactly sure when. But it was so funny that people already found them. And these are for sale on your website, which is called www.nalanta.nl.
Should I do more discounts on my website for this week?
I don't know. But you know what I was thinking? I was like, how did these people find it? So I typed in unstable mug, Nalanta mug. All of them didn't come up. So I think they literally was just searching your website.
It's very sweet. I mean, I do have a website that gets visitors.
Now I will say, like, oh yeah, that's obviously. But I will say these mugs were made not to make a huge amount of money or something. It's just something fun for the people that know, and for us to share with you guys. So
the only thing I don't like is for some countries the shipping costs will be higher.
That's what I wanted to mention.
I've really been looking into how to make that a better deal. Has not worked out yet. This is the best we could do.
Yeah, we don't run like a huge e-commerce business. We have our own warehouse. So we manage everything as much as we can ourselves. So we don't have this huge amount of infrastructure yet, which is also why the units, like, we couldn't make that many to begin with, because they also all have to be shipped. There might be returns. There's going to be admin that goes with it, but they are here. So if you are interested, then head to www.nalanta.nl
and start your new year well.
I will have a link for it down in the bio. But the unstable mugs are here. Here they are. I'm very excited about them.
You like it?
I mean, I don't think it's like a design I would have thought of, but I like that it's your idea and vision.
Thanks.
Like, it's outside of what I would have done, which is nice.
Thank you. And also, cheers.
Cheers.
And also thank you guys for bearing with us, because it's been quite a while since we have been here. So we're back.
The podcast has taken a second to come back into action. December has been extremely busy. We've had so much going on, of course, like Christmas and everything in between. And I think we kind of stopped doing the podcast now for, I think, about 2 months. And it was from about when Emporio passed. It just didn't feel like the right time to sit down and do these very lighthearted, fun things. So we just needed a second, and I appreciate a lot of you guys giving us that time. I did see a lot of comments of people being like, okay, when's the next episode going to be? When are they coming back? And for certain, I mean, I love the format of this podcast. It's very casual, it's very laid back, and we will continue to do it into 2026, and for as long as we get to do this with you guys.
I don't know if we have seasons. I think we just run.
Yeah.
What I do think, though, in winter, maybe we should change it into the fireplace setting. Because I'm already, my back is sore from the coldness, I think.
It's quite cold.
But look at the background, it has changed. It's more stable now than unstable.
Yes, that's true. Give him a peek, give him a peek.
What do we think of the new background?
very exciting, and it's only going to continue to get better and better as like the lanterns come on, as the horses will come into it.
It's nice in the hand, no?
Yeah, it's a mug. But it's only going to continue to get better and better, and we are getting close on finishing everything up. But I've got a bunch of questions about the stables and where we're up to and what the progress is going to be. So I've, as always, picked questions from you guys. I asked you guys questions on my Instagram, which is just at Matt_Harnacke. And I received a bunch. I think actually the most we've ever received. So I think people were excited that we were coming back, which is very sweet.
Do we start or stop with maybe New Year's resolutions? I mean, I don't really like them. But
Wait, I have a question about that, so maybe we can wait until we get there. I don't know if there's anything else we wanted to say prior to going into.
Also, our permit is now official, by the way.
We have something today?
No, yesterday.
Cheers! Our permit has been finalized, which is exciting for our covered lunch yard. You know what I was thinking? There's 2 video ideas I have, and I wanted to run them by you and by you guys. Let me know. So
now,
I think
on the spot,
I wanted to do a look back on 2025 and every single project and thing that we did to the property and behind the scenes stuff that maybe we didn't show on camera. I just wanted to go through everything that we've done. So that's video 1, and I wanted to do that kind of in the next week or so to kind of start off 2026 with a look back on 2025. And then video 2 is I wanted to do a full walk around tour of where we're up to and everything and all the different projects we're looking to tackle for 2026. Because there's actually quite a few that we haven't discussed yet with everybody, the lunch yard being one of them, but we can then walk and really show everything. I think that would be nice.
The master plan.
Yeah. The master plan. Okay, well, lots to get into, so we're just going to jump into the questions. And
once again, I've got no clue what's coming.
No, this is something I always pick the questions. So yes, it goes into it blind, which is good. First question is, what did you give each other? I imagine for Christmas is what they meant.
Well, this year I wasn't the best with my gifts, I think.
Why?
Well, I just wasn't very satisfied with it. But there's actually one being delivered today for you still.
One didn't make the cut.
Yeah.
Okay, what did you get me, and then I'll say what I got you.
Well, I got you a few small things. So for your filming, like another SD card, SD card holder,
Very
something more
gifts.
to keep your
Like a
everything
tripod.
organized, and a tripod, a wildlife camera.
Oh, that was the best gift actually, because we had been talking for a long time that we wanted to set up some wildlife cameras around the property to see a little bit what kind of animals we have going on here when we're not looking at night, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, and a few days before, you're like, maybe I'm going to buy one.
Yeah.
So maybe you wait a second.
Yeah.
So that was fun.
That was a really good gift.
Oh, yeah.
And then I got you, it was so annoying. So for a long time I was saying to Jesse, I said, you need this like, because Jesse is a little bit messy when he does stuff with the horses, and you always seem to go out in your pajamas or like nice clothes, and then your clothes get ruined. And so I said to Jesse, it would be so nice for you to have like a onesie, like a really padded working...
An overall.
Yeah, overall, sorry, a onesie sounds like a child. Like an overall. And so I was like to Jesse, okay, and then I thought to myself, okay, I'm going to shut up about it and I'm just going to buy it for you. So I bought him this really nice overall for working outside. It's waterproof. It's like really padded for the snow and everything. And then you then you were at a show, and then you're like, oh, you wouldn't believe it. I went to see these overalls, and then the girl gave you one for free.
Yeah, she was very sweet, and they have really nice ones also, actually, and it really changed my life.
Yeah, it's very good, but it was annoying because I already got it for you. But okay, I gave it to you anyway, so I got you that, and then I got you some shoes because you were in desperate need of shoes.
Always.
Desperate. I don't even know.
He just doesn't want me to steal his.
As well. And whose shoes are you wearing now? Mine.
Yeah.
But so I got you some shoes, and then the big thing that I did is I got a custom oil painting done for you.
Oh yeah.
Of one of like my favorite photos of your hunting.
Still haven't seen the frame.
I know I need to show you still, but because we've gone down this hunting thing, we kind of like reopened so many of these memories, and there's this one photo that so many people in the hunting also talk about because it's so memorable of you jumping this ditch, and I thought how nice would it be to get this painted for you, really large, and I bought a really large antique frame to go with it.
It's really nice. I didn't expect it.
Yeah, the only thing is because obviously I got the piece commissioned and I wasn't able to see it. I mean, I saw photos of it, but I never saw it in person. When it came, it just didn't really look the way I was hoping it would look.
But I really liked it.
I'll insert a photo of what it looks like. It's not bad, but it's not, I was hoping to go a little bit more like the shiny, oily direction. an antique looking, and this one looks a little bit cartoony to me. It's still done
I
very
think it's very nice.
nicely, but it's not exactly what I had asked from this person.
How long did it take this person?
He said 100 hours.
That's very quick.
I thought so too.
Gosh,
Yeah.
I need to be much more productive in 100 hours.
Yeah.
Don't even edit a video.
Yeah, so I got you that. And then I'm trying to think if I got you something else. Maybe a couple of small things, I don't remember now. I don't know. But that was basically our gifts for this year. We tend to go quite big. I think we should try and reel it back a little bit.
What we say every year.
Yeah. But okay, I hope that
This
answers the
year-
question.
I went quite normal.
We went for useful gifts. The biggest gift was having the stables finished. I mean, that was incredible. Like the whole Rue and Rube team coming here, getting everything done before Christmas, and then being able to walk outside every day now and enjoy it is really incredible. Have you thought about hiring an interior designer to help with your interiors? Well, I think there's two parts,
For
I
the
guess.
stables, we have one.
For the stables, we have an interior designer we work with. She's called Andrea Knowles from Equine Residences. She's in the States, but she works worldwide. So we have someone for the stables who's kind of like helped bring all of our ideas to life and give us some suggestions and kind of lead us in the right path, along with the Rue and Rube team. But for the interiors of the home,
I think I'm sitting next to it.
I've worked with an interior designer for our previous house, which is a friend of mine. And for this house, I just thought to myself, you know, the process is just doing it yourself and kind of doing trial and error. And sometimes you get these chairs like in the dining room that I just bought that really don't fit. And sometimes you do other things and it clicks. And that's kind of the part and the joy of doing this.
Yeah, but I think you're doing really well. You really know what you want and you do a lot of research. So
And I'm trying not to stress myself out about it. I'm just kind of telling myself, you know, if the house will be finished at some point, just enjoy the journey. Because I like to have a project going.
I mean, I think with you, it would never be finished.
No, that's right.
When it's finished, we start all over.
Never enough. Who's the person that said less is more? More is more. That's my motto. More is more.
Less is less.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly, yes, sir. Tell them louder for the people. What happened to that sweet village boy I knew when I
was
met
just
you?
playing with the words.
Your property is absolutely stunning. Have you considered it as a
Thanks.
wedding venue for others?
I've considered it? No.
Well, the family who owned it before us actually
had a
hosted a
wedding.
lot of weddings here from,
lot?
I think there's been more than one because when I was speaking to them, they were here visiting like a week or 2 weeks ago. And then I was speaking to one of them and they said, yeah, the last wedding was from this person. But when they said that, then that means there's been more than one.
Yeah, I don't know, but I only know from that one.
So it has been used as a wedding venue. But I don't think we would ever do it for maybe, I mean, if a family member of ours asked,
Yeah, that's different.
that's different because of course for family,
But not just...
but not a random, I think that would feel strange. And I mean, it's not set up as a wedding venue either, but I do think you can make really pretty
the house
photos
from
here.
the horses.
It is, it is. Who drove the most over the holidays? I know Matt keeps score. Absolutely, I do. I just thought that would be a funny one to keep in there. What do you think, Jesse? How many times have you driven me
Over the holidays?
just over the last month?
Well, quite often.
Never.
That's not...
Never, Jesse.
I'm not gonna entertain this conversation because
I drove the whole time just to let everybody know. Of course. When did you drive my car? Any of my cars?
I have...
No, you
Yes,
haven't. You're
yes.
confused. How are the oldies?
They're doing quite good, I think. Annie has a few things here and there with her arthritis that I'm trying to manage. Sometimes I think from the arthritis in one of the hind legs, when she trots, one of them locks a little bit.
Yeah.
So she's struggling sometimes a bit with that, but I'm trying to figure out what to do now to make her more comfortable. But for the rest, they are doing pretty good, I would say.
And I try and tell you always, you know, if you imagine what your grandmother or my grandmother, and if we just told them, okay, go run over this uneven ground.
Okay, but one thing I don't like is when the vet talks to me, they always treat her like an old horse. But I just want them to give her all the chances
Yeah.
a young horse would.
No, I agree.
And
but
there's sometimes things to do, I think, to help.
But I think because she looks so good, sometimes it's easy to forget her age. And I think sometimes just reminding yourself, oh yeah, she is this age, makes her behavior make sense. You know, it's not that it's odd that she's having arthritis and all this kind of stuff. I mean, she's 31, which
Yeah.
is very old for a horse. So it makes
But I
sense that
just-
she's going to have some things going on.
But that's really, I think, knock on everything, the only thing. Because the rest, she is doing really good.
Yeah. Yeah, she
So I
seems
hope
very happy. She's
I can help
thriving
with
with
that.
like living outside and everything. I think at some point we're considering whether we have to separate her from Chase because Chase is can be a little bit full on, and he demands a lot of attention, and he's quite bossy and stuff. And I don't know for how long she will be able to handle that.
Because I don't want Chase to chase her around.
Yeah.
And tell her to like move quickly and do these things. So then maybe it's better with Bear, a bit more calm and gentle.
Yeah.
But we'll see.
So maybe that's something that at some point we will consider.
Maybe then Chase can be with Enzo.
Yeah. Oh my God.
But I don't want to separate them yet, of course. But we have to see what is best for both.
In the end, we'll do what's best for the horses. Any hunt horse buying?
Well, that's you, not me. There's really no ending here. There's no stopping him.
Actually, yes.
SOS.
You guys are going to be seeing a video
Get
of it
more
soon.
mugs.
you guys are going to be seeing it soon because I actually traveled to the UK already to go see a horse for sale, a very special hunting horse for sale. And I filmed the whole process, but there's definitely some shopping going on.
But I am a little excited about it because I'm never too enthusiastic about many new horses and stuff. Not for the horses, but just, I don't know why.
It feels like a whole new chapter.
But I do think this will be fun for you and you'll have a lot of fun with it. And it is nice having something completely different going on too.
Yeah, and also to challenge yourself as a rider, to put yourself in a little bit of an uncomfortable space. And then like I was looking up the other day, like if there's any clinics that I can go to like practice as well and get the experience in a safe way first. And like I really want to do like a deep dive and be knowledgeable in this.
But it would also be nice for you to do not only dressage, also like some jumping, so more.
And I don't need to do crazy jumping, but just for fun, you know, just just enough that you can confidently jump out on a hunt. I mean, I can kind of do that already, but you know, just with more education. Yeah. So
what kind of horse would you like?
So in my ideal world, I would like something Irish draft mix or something heavy. I want like a heavy hunter. It needs to be like.
But not too heavy.
Not like a Clydesdale.
Can you imagine?
But I want a heavy type. Something still with a pretty head. So think of a hunter that could go in the show ring, but then can also hunt on the field.
There are some really nice ones.
There's some beautiful ones, really beautiful ones. Something really powerful. But it needs to be like obviously a sweet, easygoing horse. I'm not looking for a stallion. I'm not looking for a mare. I just want an easy gelding, something that I can have a lot of fun with. It needs to be something tall because I'm tall and I'm just not buying small horses anymore. I'm not doing that. So it needs to be like 175, 180, something around there.
Well, that's really, I think, the max you should go for.
Yeah, I don't want taller.
But the season is from October to
April.
So that's how many hunts would you do?
Well, it depends. You can do as many as you want. There's 2 hunts
one
per
horse
week.
You don't take one.
I'd probably do 2 a month. I think that's a reasonable, because you'd want to go when the weather's nice, so you can kind of pick and choose a little bit which ones you would like to do. But I'm curious to hear what you guys will think of this horse I went to see in the UK.
And just to make sure, again, the people know it's not a real hunt, it's a scent hunt.
Yeah, it's on scent. And I mean, in the Netherlands, they've never hunted with foxes ever. So it's not even never.
I mean, in the past, maybe.
No, I looked it up. I was because it was always an imitation hunt of what the Brits did. But here it was always done on scent. I think first it was done on fox scent. And now they don't even use fox scent anymore. It's an artificial scent. So the dogs aren't even following something relating to an animal.
And also then they don't have to have the foxes in captivity.
Yeah, in captivity. Correct. Yeah, the Netherlands is very forward thinking when it comes to that. And
it's even this year because it's New Year's, then you have fireworks. Is that everywhere?
Yeah.
But this is the last year they're doing the fireworks also for the animals and the nature.
Isn't that crazy?
That's
I feel like they lead the way with so many things because I do think that will become more popular.
I'm happy about it.
Well, for the horses, that's better, isn't it?
And I mean, I saw a video this morning from a little owl that we have in here as well. And they saw the first time they heard thunder because it was a young one and it was really going like this in the box, very scared.
Well, a lot of animals die during
And then can you imagine with the fireworks?
Yeah, a lot of animals have heart attacks or panic and injure themselves and all this kind of stuff. So yeah, I mean, we're going to have some difficulties this year managing New Year's, which is coming up in like a day or two. And that's because we have all of our horses in the field. Typically what we do is we put all the horses in the stables, turn the radio up high, and that's enough, to be honest. But this year we have them all in the field. So I think you and I are just going to go and hold Annie and Chase. And the
but
rest
I do think
have to
Bear
figure it
might
out.
be a little, because the other day, because they're already starting some of the sounds the last 2 weeks, which is good so they can get used to it. But Bear sometimes reacts a little bit.
Yeah, but okay.
But we have some friends we could bring them to as well.
Yeah, but I think it will be okay. We're going to see a horse in Spain. Did you find one?
When did you say that?
I think I might have slipped out of my mouth in one of the past vlogs. Whoops. Whoopsie. How are you feeling about all these horses? Yes, there is a horse in Spain that has caught my little sneaky eye. And we are going in 2 weeks to see it. You're coming with me as well. And you guys are going to be seeing it as well because we're going to vlog it. But it's a very beautiful horse. It's a very, very, very beautiful horse. Beautiful stallion. Spoiler! Don't say anything yet. Don't spoil it yet.
I mean, you spoiled the whole thing.
Okay. What has been the best part of 2025? Happy New Year.
Still breathing.
Grateful for that.
The best and the worst part. No, I'm joking. I think just moving here and setting up our whole life here and being very lucky and grateful and having so many beautiful moments here. Just so many, even this morning with because it's quite cold, it's freezing, everything is kind of white on the ground and there's a beautiful sunrise and then feeding the horses. Just these things, I think. And taking a bit more time at home.
I think for me, it's been the closing of one chapter and the opening of another. It feels like...
Next year is the year of the horse.
Oh my... Don't I know it? Don't I know it?
Oh no. I hope that's not what it means.
But I think it's been like the closing of one chapter, the opening of another. And if I look back at our old life and at our old house, it feels like a whole other storybook. It feels like a whole... This is
10
like
years ago.
Yeah. And it's odd to think that we only moved into this place this year. Isn't that nuts?
Yeah, we're not even here for a year.
No. But yeah, I would say just the whole opening of this chapter, because it's all been a kind of a dream since. And it's...
Little Enzo.
Yeah, and so there's been so much this year. We have so much to be grateful for this year for sure. I'm just going to rephrase this question, but somebody's asking that they were watching TRT, which is what I'm doing with all of my horses from Tristan Tucker. And they're saying if Jesse will also be doing similar work with Enzo, or basically if you're going to be doing some training with him too.
With Enzo, I don't know. It's your horse. So I think it's something you kind of put in your day-to-day life.
I think it would be nice.
And it's good to be on one page with all the horses, especially if I handle your horses, then we kind of need to be doing similar.
Yeah, but I think it would be nice for you to work a little bit with him, like in Liberty and maybe like playful stuff.
I would really like to with Enzo.
Yeah, I think that would be nice to like start playing with him in that way, and also making him look for that connection and puzzle, like figuring out these little puzzles and stuff, because all of that will translate later on when you progress to the rest of the training.
I'm excited for him to come home.
Yeah, me too. And to be honest, I'm not like, I don't necessarily see him as my horse yet. I see him as a horse that's coming into our lives with a very special past. But if he ends up like fitting better with you, and you have like a strong connection with him, no, but like that's how it is. I don't want to force it, and I don't, because of course Emporio being tied to him, I don't know if that's going to actually be quite a difficult thing. And I don't know if I'm always going to like be comparing him to his dad and like wanting him to be his dad, which is like really not fair on him because he's his own horse. And so I don't know if in the end you will have a better fit and click with him, if you will grow to be big enough for me. Like there's so many questions. So I just want to stay really open to it. And I think we should both play with him and interact with him and enjoy him. And then I think naturally we will see a little bit, okay, who is going to be the best fit here?
Maybe he hates both of us.
Maybe he does. Maybe he's like, I want out.
Yeah, please.
I doubt it, but yeah.
I hope we find the right fit for him here at home with like the nice friends in the field and stuff, because now he's still with Marlies, who is very sweet that she still takes care of him, because he was meant to come a bit earlier.
Yeah.
But the stables aren't finished yet and the whole setup.
Marlies has been very kind. There. She's basically said, listen, whenever you're ready, I'm ready. He's no stress to me. I love having him here. So just take your time and then, yeah, we'll figure it out. But I haven't really properly spoken to you about this, but would you be open to, because you're not really looking for another horse, but would you be open with Enzo if like he feels like the right match for you, of like taking him on as one of your horses?
I mean, I've always really liked him from the very beginning, and then I just had to kind of stop myself for a second, be selfless.
You were going too quick, too deep.
So then I just took a step back, because he is there for you, and yeah, we'll see. I'm definitely open for it.
Yeah, like I'm not
but I had taken a step back a bit.
Yeah.
Because otherwise I get
too attached too quickly. And then of course then it's really difficult to pull back.
Yes.
Yeah. No, I understand. I think we will just
then
see how it goes.
I'll always be in the hedge looking.
I think we will just see how it goes with him, and then how it will be, it will be.
He can first be a baby.
Yeah, he can first just grow up. That's the most important thing. What was your most recent argument about? Okay, we shouldn't go. You and I have like a big rule about not airing out dirty laundry. We don't really fight on camera. To
What
be honest,
dirty
we don't.
laundry?
Like some people really put everything out there, and I think some things should be left private, especially when.
Well, you still chose the question.
No, but listen. You and I really don't have arguments.
I mean, sometimes I have a little tantrum, if you will.
Well, everyone can have an emotional moment, but me included. But I thought it might be fun to think about what was the last small little hick that we had, if there was one. Because I was trying to think. When I saw the question, I was like, oh, that's kind of a good question, actually, because I never really reflect back on these moments. But if we argue, what do we argue about? Like obviously superficial stuff. Like what?
Maybe more things that I said that you said that you didn't say, and then something like that.
Little miscommunications.
Or
I feel like we figure it out always pretty quickly. I don't think
I mean, you're a really good communicator.
Oh, you too. I don't feel like we're people that hold a grudge. And typically we kind of laugh at the end. If there's something very small and insignificant. Well, typically I think maybe sometimes we would manage things differently. So you would maybe say, okay, I would have done or preferred things this way, and then maybe I would have done it another way. So that's maybe the moments that we can have a little bit where we like disagree. But really arguments, I don't think that's something that happens very often at all.
About who drives.
Yeah, you begging me to drive.
Take me out from the steering wheel.
Yeah. You begging me to drive wherever we go. What are you doing for New Year's Eve?
Standing in the field with the horses.
Holding horses on a lead rope and hoping not to die.
And I couldn't think of anything better. Because I really don't like to party and I don't like to celebrate these things too much. And I don't know, sometimes I think New Year's is a bit sad. I don't know, I always get a bit, not sad, but it's not something exciting for me.
I completely agree with you. It's so anticlimactic. 10, 9, 3, 2, 1, and nothing happens. The taxes are due, and that's it.
And I think we always have a good reason to be home because we have to be there for the animals.
Yeah.
So that's nice. I mean, it would have been nice if it was in the stable.
Yeah, but that would have been a bit better if you could have controlled them all a bit more.
But
that's
what we're doing.
Yeah.
And you guys, what are you doing?
Much. Hopefully you guys are partying
Some
for
countries
us.
don't. Oh, I don't like loud noises. Oh yeah, that's also argument point. I don't know why, I really can't handle loud noises. It actually really hurts. And yeah, these things,
That question
I can
was
still
done.
really feel it.
That question was done.
I don't know why I have that.
Then you love to dip back into that one. So yeah, for New Year's we're not doing much.
Hey you.
When will you guys go for the next hunt?
Keine Ahnung.
There's actually one, I think either it was the 4th or the 6th, I don't remember, but that was quite a nice one, and I wanted to ask if you wanted to go to that one too. But that could be fun. Mm-hmm. Would you rent the same horses we did last time, or would you want to try different ones?
Just not sure about renting a horse, to be honest. I just
but
feel
how
bad.
else? You want to go with Gaio?
Could try. I can get chased back out of retirement.
I think he would be the most dangerous horse on that hunting field.
No, I think he could be actually
He
quite
would
good.
be. I think he would be overstimulated to the max. I mean, retired for what 6, 7 years, and then all of a sudden brought out back to a hunt.
But I mean, there's also somebody from the hunting club that was really nice and said that sometimes I could.
Yeah, he offered you a horse.
Yeah, so maybe. I mean, these horses are really nice and very sweet and did really good.
I mean, your one wasn't
I just sometimes feel
the most into jumping.
No, but for the rest, he was really good, like super easy. Yeah.
So hopefully soon, hopefully in the next week, we would do one more. Did you decide on a memorial for Emporio? Not necessarily like a memorial yet. We haven't really decided on that. I just have his ashes next to my bed for now. I haven't really gone back in that field, and I've kind of just like tried to distance myself from that whole situation. But I think at some point we had discussed it before. We want to bury some of his ashes on that field, on the place he passed. We marked the spot, and we want to plant a tree over that as well to like kind of commemorate him. And then with the remainder of the ashes, I want to get a bronze head sculpture made where I can put them in. That way, like if for some reason we were ever to leave this place, I can still have part of him as well.
But I think the idea in the field with a tree and then him being there can be very nice because it can be really a spot you can go to. And you can also see from a distance from the house.
Yeah. And maybe, I mean, the idea of doing like this really large bronze statue is very nice, and we have a really nice spot for it there in the triangle when you go up, and we can landscape it and make it nice. That would be quite a nice thing.
I mean, I wouldn't really like a statue there. I mean, if it was for Emporio, of course, but...
But what I was going to say is I just don't know if I'd want to see that every day. Like, it's such a reminder all the time, and I think some things you have to let go of a little bit. So I don't know if I would want that. It would look beautiful, but I just don't know if I would want that. And also, they're incredibly expensive to get made.
Yeah, of course.
But like 50,000 or something. It's like 50, 60, sometimes close to 100. Like, they're incredibly expensive.
Yeah. And then you have a nice statue, I guess.
Yeah. Are you going to limit the amount of horses you have to the stables at the house?
No, I will, but this one over here I'm not so sure about, because the limitation, I don't know where his limitations are.
Well, we've got...
But there are some limitations on the property.
There are some limitations, but we're well away from those still.
That's not
As
true at all.
As I'd like to remind you.
We are over full.
Um,
That is the thing. Oh yeah, here sometimes we have maybe a little bit of an argument too, because I would like to be able to put the horses in the stable if we have to. Like, not of course lock them up and just leave them in the stable for days, but I mean, if there's something or really bad weather, they can go in. We're already on the max.
And I think that's where there's room for interpretation on what the max is, because
Do you want to put 5 in 1?
I don't think every horse needs to be in a stable. And like the oldies won't come in, Enzo won't come in.
Might, if they have
Hello,
to, if there's a
I hear
storm.
free stables. Yeah, but we're going to be putting in shelters. So what's the issue? I don't really understand. And then of course in the future we have plans of building an indoor with more stables, and that's going to come to fruition at some point. So where's the issue? I say. I don't see it.
And then I want a little pony, and then it's like, it's not.
That's not a problem.
No, it's not.
No, listen. You wanted this little pony. I said, listen, it's do whatever you want. Like, we have more than enough space, but love the pony. Don't just buy it because you want one. You need to really fall in love with one. And I said, until you really get that click and that feeling, don't buy it. Don't rush.
I'm not rushing. That's
Because
not
it's the
my
same-
conversation here.
Now we're starting. Because it's the same as when
Okay,
we went looking.
cut.
No, it's the same as when we went looking for puppies. If it was for you, you would have just bought the first one you saw. But sometimes you really need to take your time and
No,
evaluate.
that was
and
the first one was kind of
no, all of
rescue,
them.
the
No, it was
older one.
all of them.
Nice.
It was all of them,
very
yes, sir.
sweet.
And sometimes it pays to just take your time, think about it, and wait for that one that you really feel that connection with. Especially for you, because you don't sell horses. So then you need to
know how
really
to
make these
handle it.
decisions.
I'm just saying, we're talking about the amount of space in the stables.
Anyway,
But the stables are quite large. Like, I think
2 in 1. I say.
3 ponies could be in one.
I say 2 in 1. Love the new stables, but what about building a nice shelter for the oldies?
Well, we have one.
We do. We have a shelter. We've had a shelter there from the very beginning. Something we chose not to share just because of the timeline of things, but the oldies are all set up. They have a very large shelter there.
With a hay
And you guys will
station
see it in the background of things. I don't think we'll do a proper tour. Maybe when we do the 2026 video tour, we will show you guys. But the oldies have been fully taken care of. And like I mentioned to you guys in previous podcasts, you should trust that Yes and I would never not have the best for our horses. So they've been taken care of this whole time with it. Right. How is the upstairs house reno going? Looking forward to seeing the upstairs suites.
Nothing really has been done there.
No, the upstairs has not even been touched.
Only
even
some
touched.
things with like a door that was rotten or with the windows and stuff like that, but that's just more the outside. But for the rest, not. But I actually don't mind it because it's really nice upstairs. It's a bit older and dated maybe, but it's quite nice.
It's
No?
got its own charm to it because it's quite basic at the moment.
Everything is there.
If we have guests, they're sleeping on an air mattress still.
Yeah, okay, but I mean, it's a nice air mattress with a topper.
Yeah, but it's very basic. But the thing is, when you come into a project like this, there is like your non-negotiable things you have to do straight away. We had to do the fencing, we had to do the electricals, the water had to be done, the stables had to be done. We did some parts of the downstairs, and you just can't do it all at once. At least we don't have the budget or
I mean,
the
the
time.
shower works.
Yeah, so
What else do we
we're
need?
just going bit by bit. And as I mentioned before, I like to have a project buzzing. So I want to really enjoy the process and take my time with every space and make something really meaningful.
Because we were rushing with the office to have it finished, and now it's kind of finished.
just
Only
sitting there
wallpaper, but
because-
we're not doing anything with it still.
Because we haven't had the time now to go into the details. Okay, what wallpaper, what soft furnishings, like what's the layout going to be? And I just we both decided, we're like, we're not going to rush it. We're just, when we have the time and when we're ready for it, and when this is more finished and we have someone working for us at the stables again, and there's like everything is a little bit more up and running, then we're going to pick up again and start bit by bit. But you guys will be seeing that as we continue to go along that journey. Will you guys be training horses for other people?
You never know in this one.
No. Okay, if there's one person that would do that here, it would be you, not me. I mean,
sometimes I get some questions, but there's just no space, as I've mentioned before.
Yeah. No, I don't think it would make sense. And also, to be honest, financially, when we were running the old stable, because we were running the old stable, we had like 30 boxes that we could potentially rent out. We had our own horses there. Obviously, when you're dealing with so many horses, then you need to have a lot of staff, then you have a lot of costs. And we run the stables in I think a high standard. All the horses have to go out in the field, in the walker, all the rugs and changes done by our staff. They were getting like top feed as well, top hay from Germany, dry hay. They had access to hay 24/7. The boxes were cleaned out twice a day. We really set the standard very high because for us, it's like that or you don't do it, because that's how we treat our own horses. But when you want to do it well like that, do you remember how much money we were making per horse?
I don't remember, but it's not no, that's not really true.
I think 50 euro or something, which in the end...
If you really calculate the rent and
No, but calculate also how much we fixed on the property there. We made nothing. Nothing.
That costed money in the end.
Yeah, it only cost us money. So it's not really, I think, a solid business plan if you want to treat horses well. I mean, for us
but okay, this
in the Netherlands.
But I don't think so, because also I like to keep it quiet here and stuff, and horses coming in and out.
That's the beauty of this place.
And I don't have so much time either.
It's our hideaway, you know? It's not something that we have to like think of, oh, I've got to go outside and entertain clients or things like that. You can just come outside and be in your own space, and that's it. As long-time followers, what is one fact we still don't know about you?
I pee a lot.
Oh, wow, that's a really fun fact of you, Jesse.
No, I don't know.
The bladder of a squirrel. I'm left-handed. I don't know if people know that.
Oh yeah, I gave you left-handed scissors.
Oh yeah, for Christmas you did. You gave me left-handed
Because you're always complaining with these scissors. Yeah,
because scissors are made for right-handed people, so left people are always struggling with cutting things. But I'm left-handed. Trying to think of anything else that we haven't really divulged or disclosed. I mean, you guys have like followed us for a very long time now, so I think you know a lot. Don't know. I think people know you've been doing Duolingo, like Italian.
Yeah.
For a long time now, almost a year or something, no? Yeah. Ciao.
Ciao.
Shy little Italian. How is the arena hedge going?
It's good. It's there. I hope it's alive. But we can only tell in the spring.
I mean, it's all budded up, and I've snapped a few arms to see if there was life in the tree, and they all seem to be thriving. I can't wait for it to flush green and to see what that looks like. Because we've never seen it green. We've only seen it brown. Yeah, but the hedge is going well. What does a day off look like when you guys aren't working with horses? Anxiety, panic, depression?
I don't think really we have days off.
No.
But also, I can't remember that we had a day we didn't really do anything. I mean, only that awful time with Emporio then.
Well, and then we were grieving. It's not even that we weren't doing anything. But you and I don't thrive sitting still. We get like anxiety, and then we get like itchy fingers, and then we just want to go and do something productive. And I think that's the best feeling, is when you get in bed and you're tired from like a busy day.
But I think for us a day off is more if we finish maybe around 5. No?
Yeah, or if we have an easy morning
early.
in, feels like a day off.
But a day off doesn't have to mean also to just sit still.
No.
Because
Sorry.
some days where we are just at home and we don't have a lot of crazy things to do, that's kind of a day off.
And you and I never have a need for a holiday, because we really enjoy being here. Like, we really enjoy being home, and we get so much enjoyment out of like being with our horses and in the nature here and all that kind of stuff. So we kind of manage it like that. Even though we don't really have days off, we find so much enjoyment out of every day, and we can take some days easier than others. And that's enough, I think, to fill our cups. What's your next reno project in your home after the stables are done? I think we have to get this office wrapped. And I think I maybe want to do the dining room after that next.
But we use that room for all the tours.
I know, but those are going to have to move at some point. But I think when we do this like walk around tour, 2026 plans, we'll go better into it all. But maybe that gives an idea already. Oh, that's pretty much it.
Well, we can finish then with New Year's resolutions.
Oh yeah, New Year's resolutions.
There was no really question about it.
I thought there was. Maybe not. Okay, New Year's resolutions. Let's put it out into the universe. What are they? Oh, so mine's kind of finished.
Mine too, and cold.
So what's the resolution then?
I think for me it's just trying to get everything a bit up and going. I have some things for work that are changing and I'm excited about, and I want to maybe get a bit more structure in my life.
You've got a lot of big things in the work actually for 2026.
Yeah.
Like expanding and getting bigger, and I think that will be exciting to see how that space goes.
Yeah. And making sure the horses are happy and the dogs. And actually I've been starting now recently with Gaio and Macho to work together. And I've been really enjoying that, so maybe to do a bit more of that. But I don't know if that's a resolution. Anyways, just stay happy.
And for me, I think I found myself in quite a lot of parts of 2025 very stressed and maybe not enjoying some of the moments and the processes. And I think for 2026, I want to try and get to a place where I can just not put the pressure on myself with certain things and enjoy the moments more and not feel rushed or like I'm in a race. Because sometimes I get this feeling that I'm like, it has to be done, it has to be now, it has to be this, it has to be that. And I just want to feel like, okay, you know what? As long as it works out in the end and I can now just take it easy and enjoy all these different steps, I think that's my goal.
We're 3 months later.
Yeah. And maybe I want to get a little bit more organized.
You?
Yeah, a bit more.
How? No more, please. Holy moly. Can we just... Okay, it's your resolution.
Yeah, and maybe start, because we're doing a lot of like the big stuff now on the property, I want to start like some of the tidy up, you know? Like, because I don't want to live in like a construction site for 10 years.
But I think you should take every day as a day and not just now 2026 comes, then all of a sudden things need to change. Can be a new fresh start, but I think there's no time like today.
And I think if I've learned one thing is you can't plan. I mean, how many things went, it's been such a mixed bag year. We've had so many highs, like some of the deepest lows. And we would have never expected any of this like 2 years ago, you know, to be sitting here in the position that we are on so many different aspects. So I think, like what you said, you just have to take it day by day and try and make the most of it.
And dive in deep and hope for the best.
Now, then, cheers to that.
And a happy new year to you guys.
Yeah, thank you all so much for
watching the podcast.
Thank you guys all so much for watching Unstable and supporting us throughout the whole year. We've got a really big year coming up for 2026 and we're excited to bring you guys along for that one. I'm trying to there's just so much opportunities for content lately, so you guys might be seeing more videos come out. I know December was very busy.
Edit some.
You're on your way. You're on your way.
I have 2 coming.
Yeah.
I mean, they're filmed.
Yeah. So you're on your way. So there will be, I think, more content for 2026.
You're doing really good.
I'm just enjoying it. I'm just really loving the YouTube space. It's been really fun. And there's like a couple of other things, but we're going to go into it in the coming videos.
Everybody's very sweet.
Yes, and all your comments and this community has been so generous and warm and supportive. So thank you all so much. We want to wish you a beautiful and happy new year.
Yes.
All the best for 2026. And we're going to see you guys in the next year.
Thank you very much and Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Bye.
Bye.
I think there will be a hay delivery soon.
Oh.
Have they been already?